Hey everyone, welcome to Wax Pack Wisdom. I'm Jake T. O'Donnell. So today's Sunday. Yesterday, Saturday, was a very busy day. Abby and I went to the Polar Park card show put on by Best Flippin' Card Show. It was, I believe, the second year that they've done this show. It's so cool to have the card show in a ballpark. It's the home of the Worcester Red Sox, the Red Sox AAA affiliate. And it was a very new experience for me because, as we discussed on the hit list with Matt from Providence, I spent some time yesterday, Saturday, behind the booth, behind Matt's table, with a vendor badge, and helped out a bit. Can't say I helped out a ton, and I wasn't there the whole time. But it was a cool experience. It's not something I'd ever done before. I never set up. I didn't really do a lot of setup. I've never been on that side of the table before at a card show, so it was fun. As far as pickups go, there weren't a ton. I did get a few things from Matt. We're going to work out a deal later this week at the National, and it is National Week. How about that? We made it. But we're gonna. I grabbed a couple cards from Matt that I wanted for my PC, and we're going to work out a deal this week in Chicago when we're both there. But in the meantime, let me show you some footage from the show and a little bit of me behind the table, and also a little bit of a promo for the hit list with Matt from Providence here coming up. All right, so that's a little bit of Matt's table, and you see Matt and his dad there working. I'm not sure if the show picked up a little bit more after I left, but we left around noon. It was decently busy, and I think some good business was going on there. But it wasn't anything too crazy. There you see a view from behind Matt's table when I was working. There's Smiley Ball, the Red Sox or the Woo Sox mascot. He's thinking about buying a card from Matt, I guess. It was pretty funny. And there's me working, quote unquote. But as I said, here is a promo for the hit list. Check it out.
Watch the hit list. Wax Pack Wisdom with this guy, Matt from Providence. Every other Wednesday. That's kind of what we've been doing. Watch it. Don't miss it.
We'll see you guys in Chicago.
We'll see you guys in Chicago. Like, comment, and subscribe.
More to come.
Way more to come. It'll be awesome.
All right. So. Great time, no matter what. It was a cool experience to be behind the table. It was cool to watch Matt work, see what he does, making deals. And I talked to a few folks that came up to the table. First off, it was wonderful to once again be at a card show and have people say that they recognized me from the channel, and that was great, both as I was walking around the tables and as I was, behind Matt's table. That was awesome. And then, it was a cool experience. People asked me some questions about some of the cards. But as far as the show goes, there was not a lot for me at this particular show. And I'll show you the pickups that I made, and the two cards that I'm going to work out a later deal with Matt that I grabbed, and we'll finish the deal in Chicago. And there was one card that I bought for this still kind of top secret project that's coming up later at some point this year, the next narrative project to follow up 59 Topps Friday. And then I went through a box, and I'll show the pickups. It was basically $10 I spent on some cards. And then one other visit that I will talk about. I want to show you the cards, and then the two that I picked up from Matt. So let's head over to the table. I'll give you guys a better look at the pickups over there. All right, so as I mentioned, not a ton for me at this show, but I did go through and I got a $10 stack here from a dealer at the show named Andrew, who said that he watches the channel, so I thought that was great. A bunch of rookie cards, including some Hall of Famers in here, but the first is this Jason Varitek card with the Paw Sox. That's cool. I don't have this card, so I figured I'd grab that. Couple of Hall of Fame rookies from this Pro Card set, I think from 1991 or 1992. There's Chipper Jones with the Macon Braves at the time, and then Pudge Rodriguez with the Tulsa Drillers. So I thought those were cool. I didn't have any Michael Jordan baseball cards. This is from the Classic Game set. There's MJ. Yeah, not the. I would still love to pull the Upper Deck one out of a pack, but in the meantime, it's just cool to get that. Love this Movon Blastmaster Score Refractor. That was really cool. I will pick up any Hit Dog card if I see it. One of my all-time favorites. Here's a Pedro rookie that I didn't have from the Leaf set. This would be probably, 91, 92. I could look on the back. And then the last one, I just had to get this. This was kind of an Abby special, to be honest with you. The 81 Eckersley, the hair, the mustache, the whole deal. You love it. I love it. We all love it. Had the pleasure of finally meeting Isaac, the penny sleever. He and his wife were set up at the show. So there's Isaac, and here is his information on the back. It was a pleasure to speak to Isaac. It was wonderful to hear that he watches our channel, that he is a subscriber. And I got a couple of these magnetic card holders. That's what they are. I'm going to put some of those cards that I got from Scott, Reindeer Studios, in these. So I'm going to do that. So that's really great. So nice to pick these up. Check out thepennysleever.com. Check out his website, and always has great stuff. So all right. So like I mentioned, I picked up 2 cards from Matt that we're going to work out the deal later on this week in Chicago. And the first is a card that, this is kind of funny, but as I mentioned, I needed 3 more cards. I mentioned this in the last episode. I need 3 more cards for the Leaf run that I'm doing, which is just kind of the Hall of Famers that are sort of not short prints and not like crazy expensive. So no Jackie Robinson, and I'm not going to spend the money on the Ruth, and I may or may not spend the money on the Wagner at some point. But I needed this Rizzuto, and I don't know if I've ever showed this previously, but this used to be my card, and I got it back from Matt. I just was like, you know what? I like the color. I know it's a little bit off center, but for the 49 Leaf, the registration was really good, and I figured I would just grab it back. This card had been with Matt since I traded it to him, along with a ton of other cards for my T206 Cobb, and now I got it back. So check out the back there. This is the rookie card for Phil Rizzuto. Considered his rookie card. He had spent a bunch of time in World War II and came back, and then was the shortstop for their dynastic teams through the mid 50s, and then spent many years as a broadcaster and made the Hall of Fame by the Veterans Committee vote much later. So happy to get this one back. So now that just means I need Joe DiMaggio and Warren Spahn, and I will complete the run of the cards that I'm trying to get for this Leaf run. So let me, I'm going to pause this so that I can readjust the camera so you can see the whole slab here. Just give me 1 second. Okay, so in addition to that, I picked up one other card from Matt, and we will work out the full deal later, but I got this 1935 Diamond Stars Melot in a PSA 2. You can see it's got some, almost looks like some staple marks in there, but what an incredible image of one of the greatest hitters of all time. Again, I had a Mel Ott card in my PC previously. I sold that one to Brian Roth so that I could buy my Smokey Joe Wood. And so I wanted to get a new Mel Ott back in my collection. I had thought about maybe going for the Batter Up at the National, but I saw this at Matt's table. I just thought it was such a nice card, such an amazing image. I figured I'll snap it up. It's got a little bit of staining on the back. That number is just that I've got to take that off the slab. That's just a reference number that Matt uses for inventorying, I believe. But this is great. This is a great ad, and really happy to get a Mel Ott card back in my PC. If you're going to be in Chicago this week, I recommend going to seek out the Huggins and Scott auction booth, because they are auctioning off original artwork from the Diamond Star set. And one of the ones that they're auctioning off is the Mel Ott. And I assume that they're going to have it at their booth. If they don't, that would be disappointing. But they did send out a preview for what's going to be in their auction. And 2 of the original artwork pieces that they're auctioning off from the Diamond Star set are Mel Ott and Jimmy Fox, which is an amazing one of him catching. So definitely check that out if you're going to be in Chicago. But how amazing would that be to own original artwork from the Diamond Star set? So anyway, so those are the pickups. I'm going to shift that a little bit so you can see it a little bit better without too much glare. So those were the pickups. Thanks very much, everybody, for watching. Again, the National Week. I may have one more video between now and whatever will be my first sort of national recap. I do plan to do videos from the show. Again, I will be there Wednesday to Friday. I will be there all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, and part of the day on Friday. And I cannot wait. If you see me, please say hello. And I hope everybody that goes has a great time. And I can't tell you how much I'm looking forward to this. But so I want to thank everybody for watching. Please check out where to follow us on all social media channels. Check out our ComC store. There's a bunch of new stuff in there, and they're adding more stuff from a recent submission. And check out our list of favorite nonprofits and charities. Would really appreciate it if you could support one of them. So thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Wax Back Wisdom. Take care.